Welcome to another video. This one is not going to be playing. It's going to be one of those. So we're just talking about different topics related about playing poker for a living. And one that I thought could be interesting is, what is it like being married with a poker player? And I'm not married with a poker player, so I'm going to need the help of my wife. So this is Mimi, my wife. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen her before. Maybe not if you follow my vlogs. You may if you're OG, because she was on one of my vlogs a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, you remember you came to play with me? You on it? Yeah, anyway, she doesn't even remember. It's been that long, but she's been on one of my vlogs. Remember the super boring one, 1-3?
Oh,
that was
yeah,
kind of like,
yeah. That I remember. I remember.
Anyways, let's not get off topic. So, she's going to have to do a lot of talking because, of course, it's going to be her experience in case this could be helpful for anyone that is dating or thinking about going out with a poker player, what they may have in their hands. And of course, this is very specific because...
And also maybe what's helpful, like for you, right? Because I think maybe because when we met, you were interested in poker, but it wasn't like...
Yeah, she didn't know what she was getting into because when we started dating, I was bartending.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then little by little, I started talking about poker.
You had other interests, and I think that what it was just, you know, as a partner, I think that what matters is just like really listening, and I could tell that he was very passionate about poker, but you know, and this and that, but poker, I'm like, that keeps coming up, and he's like really into it, but he's kind of like not really going for it. But he really keeps on bringing it up because we've been all over the place.
Yeah.
We've been all over the place. So we met in LA. And then COVID happened. We went to Mexico, and that's when I got pregnant. Because we had nothing to do, I guess. So that's when we were like, what are we going to do with our lives? Because we were so free and fun. Yeah. And that's when we decided to, okay, we both have to commit to something and just make it work no matter what. And that's when I was like, you're saying that, you know, I can make money with this, but truthfully, like I was just like from the beginning hearing like you're passionate about it. Mm-hmm. Like you were always like, what are you thinking about? Drifting off, and you were always thinking about poker.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So it's like I just think that if you, and he always says that in his, like I hear him often like, okay, you really gotta love the game if you're gonna do this for a living. And I think that's true because he's had some like very, very difficult moments, and I just can tell that he really likes it. So it's just working through that and like, no, we just gotta get better, keep working. And there were a couple of times that everyone's different, and for me, I think like maybe the hardest time where I was like, well, I want you to do what you love, but remember in LA, like when
so that was at the beginning, when I wasn't used to playing poker a lot. Mm-hmm. So this was online when I started really giving poker a try. This was when we were living in LA, and I really wasn't going all in because I wasn't playing live that much. I was finding excuses. I remember telling her about it. Like one day I'd be like, oh, I don't feel 100%. I need to feel really, really good to go play. Yeah. So I had plenty of excuses to not really go all in because I had a small bankroll like I had here, but here I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna lose my bankroll.
Bartending job. So you were,
and I had a job over there. Yeah. So when I was there, I had a job that was making me money bartending. So I was kind of half-assing to going for poker. I wasn't going all in with it, and a lot of the time I was just playing online.
You were
trying. But I wasn't. I was trying.
That's what people say, and that's what it felt like.
Plenty of people say they're trying. That's what I was doing back then. And it was one of the first times I was just dealing with just, you know, running bad. It was online, and it was playing tournaments that for sure could be a lot more frustrating than cash games. Yeah. And I don't remember how I played. I mean, that was way before, so I probably played pretty bad as well. But it was a mix of running bad or playing bad deep. I'm not sure about it because I actually got 2-hour coaching from a guy, and we looked through my stats, and I was like winning, like I should, because I was losing money at the time online. But he looked at my big blinds, and however you look about the tournaments, I don't know that much. I'm not an expert with tournaments, Like he looked at my stats, he's like, oh, you should be winning. And I'm like, well, I'm losing money. And he's like, oh, well, then, or you're just running bad when you're deep, or you play worse when you're deep. So, yes. And I do remember I was having some bad beats deep in tournaments, and it was a mix of my fault too, because I still remember a spot that like there was a raise and a 3-bet, and I just flatted with ace king off in the blinds because we were close to we were like in the money and deep. So I know I was making a lot of mistakes for sure. But anyways, let's not go too off. It was a lot of times I was just min cashing and never making it deep, and I was just losing money. And for sure, it was really hard for me. I wasn't used to it. And I remember, like just being upset and being all frustrated and having to take walks.
But also when you would go to was it the
Hollywood Park, yeah.
He was also going there that you'd come back. And and that was
that'd be pretty frustrated.
Yeah, very frustrated and just like dealing with the thoughts and very emotional, and it was very often.
Yeah, I mean it's like I do think it's a lot harder probably since we're talking about the partner for the partner of a poker player when they're early on in their career, because once you start playing more, you'll like. You know easier what you're gonna do, because the frustrating part of it is when you make mistakes, when you fuck up, and when you run bad too. But it's a different type of feeling, when you lose a flip, when you lose 5 flips in a row, like it is what it is. Like that's just unlucky. It still gets to you, but when you make mistakes, that's way heavier, at least for me. So at the beginning, when you're starting playing poker, you know way less, so you fuck up way more times. So for sure, I think for the partner, since that's the topic, it's going to be a lot harder to deal with someone if like you were with me from the beginning. It's going to be harder because
we're having a baby,
player,
and like we're putting like all
but we're talking about everybody too, not like, but we.
But it's still kind of like the same
I mean,
thing
we.
I've heard with other couples.
I think we had extreme level of difficulty because put everything together that you're not supposed to do when you want to do poker. Like I had no job. I had a small bankroll.
But we separated the money. We did.
Yeah, but if I ran bad at the beginning, I would have had to get a job. So this isn't a video of how to become a poker player, because the way I did it was not the most proper. It was very high risk, but we were just like, fuck it. It was high risk in a way, but we had to lose, but we had a lot to win and a lot to lose by doing it this way.
But I
don't want to go off topic too much, because we're drifting a little bit.
But how it is, like it just depends on when in the journey, because I really do believe that being married to you and you transitioning to becoming a poker player, it was like more like this emotional beginning of this emotional part where I was like, okay, if you want to do this for a living, we can't have this every day. Like we have to get tough. We have to get tough, and it's not that I don't want you to come up to me with all these difficult emotions and difficult thoughts. I want that, but I want to find a way that we don't have to like deal with this for like a whole hour, like go on a walk. I don't remember how long it was, but like it's not sustainable. We have to learn how to digest this faster so that we can feel better with the whole situation. Just like build a different mindset, a different thought pattern that will help us deal with this better. Otherwise, we're just going to be knocked on the floor for like who knows how long, and then right?
Yeah, but what I was going, that's 100%. I was going with it. That is, I think, it's kind of part of the journey of becoming a poker player. You're doing a new thing, and you're not used to this emotion that comes with poker of having these bad beats, and that's when. So like, if maybe you start dating someone and they're already a professional poker player, they already have a big bankroll, like they probably won't have that. I mean, most likely. So if you start dating someone, for example, and he's already a professional poker player that has his big bankroll and has been playing for years and years, you just probably won't have to deal with that. Maybe some days he's a little grumpier to other, as me now. Last few days were really bad, but I'm okay. I don't wake up like when we started playing. You would know in the morning. Like there'd be mornings that I'd wake up and I'd be all frustrated. I'd be in a worse mood. I'd be grumpier, and it's like, you had a bad day yesterday.
Yes, I knew it.
So,
but that's the thing. I think it's just you have to like. I think I have to be super supportive. Like in order, like poker is it's hard. it's hard, and it's emotionally draining. Like, or you just have to have the system to not take you down, right? You just really just have to become strong, I guess. So I think that being a partner to that is just like really be very supportive. Like, I just think that I really had to be very, very supportive. I'm like, come on, it's part of the game. This is a game of patience. This is a game of, you know, staying cool, staying calm, working with your strategy. So it's just repeating that over and over again, and being not, I have to not think about this is money that we're putting in. No, for me, it's like this is money that we're putting in for learning. It's always learning, because there's always a way to get better. So that's the type of mindset that I think I've had to have to be able to like always push him and not be like, oh, another, like I don't think I've never gone to another losing session.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I mean, I am super lucky that
imagine
you from the beginning
how
really
hard
understood
it would be for you.
how it was. I mean, even yesterday, like that, I was playing and I was down 1,000, I think, and you just sent me a message like, "We got this. Don't worry about it." You know, it did make me feel better, and this kind of reminded me, like, yeah, this is what it is. You know, like it's just a long grind, and because I couldn't imagine, and it's really important for sure. Like it's a two-side work. It's both sides. If you're the one that's with a poker player, you gotta kind of understand how it works.
Yeah.
Because I could not imagine just having a bad day and being down 1,000 and then just coming home to something like, oh, you lost again.
You lost again, or that like I cannot. And
like going home and be like, fuck, I gotta go home and now tell my wife that I lost money.
No.
She's gonna be pissed.
No.
I could not imagine, because it'd just be like extra, you know, like the double of running bad is just.
And the way that I see it as a partner is, okay, this is I see myself as a strategist, so we are both like partners in this, and we're both trying to make as much money as possible. We're trying to be successful. So if I want him to play his best game and be cool on the table and be sharp, then he cannot be thinking about like me being upset at home, or me being, you know, like I want him to be as cool as possible. So what can I do for that mind to be there, for him to be as sharp as possible on the table? Then this is the person that I want, and that's the person that I want to be anyways. So yeah, it takes a lot of we got this. I know that we got this, and no matter if like we can have a bad month and lose it, you know, and just be really tight, and it just is what it is.
We've been there, yeah. Like, and we're still not like comfortable like bawling that we got a bankroll. We're okay now, but we were really in a danger zone. That was really difficult, and I think just accepting a worst case scenario, like it's out of control, because that for sure helped me play as best as I could with all the stress that I had over my shoulders of knowing one more bad month and we're gonna have to move. And you helped me so much with that, just kind of being okay with it. Like, yep, like we both kind of accepted it.
Signed up
yeah,
for.
We both accepted, like, if it doesn't go good, we're just gonna have to move, and it's not gonna be the end of the world. It's gonna be tough, but we
have survived.
Yeah, I think that's too. We've
things.
been all over the place so much that I feel like if you've been living in the same place and you never had to just leave somewhere out of the blue and completely change, you have like, you just think this is going to be your future, and then one day to another it's like, nope, we got to move. So that's happened to us before, so it's kind of like not, it's kind of part of our, we got over it, so it's not like it's part of our normal right now. Because remember the first time it happened that we were in Spain, it was like, how is this possible? What do you mean we're gonna like, so it was a shock that was really overwhelming, but then we just did it and we got through with it. So now that already happened and we know it's not the end of the world, it's like, okay, this may be tough, we love where we're at right now, but if it happens, it happens, and we'll figure it out, and we'll get back on top of it. So that mindset definitely helped, and you having that mindset too, because again, I couldn't imagine, just like, it was already so stressful for me, if you would make it even more stressful by being like, yeah, have you won? What are you up? How are you much? How much did you make yesterday? So what's your bankroll? What are we doing? So you just wouldn't ask me at all. It was just kind of like, you know, you would.
I would ask you how you felt.
Yeah, how I felt, but you wouldn't ask me money wise, or what's your bankroll now? How much money do you have now?
No, because
how are we doing for next month? How much money do you need to make this month? So you just wouldn't ask anything about the money. It kind of felt weird too, like, because I know why, because you didn't want, but it kind of felt like maybe if I was the other side, I would kind of want to know where we're at.
Well, but we do know how much we have and where we're at.
Yeah, but the bankroll.
But the bankroll is completely different.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that is our business money, you know? So we know where we're at in other, like,
yeah, and others.
we know, yeah, but that's different. So it's,
But when we were through that area, the other was really low. So it was the bankroll. So anyways, that really helped a lot. Because again, like, poker's been so difficult. And again, like, you could make it a lot easier on yourself. If you want to play poker for a life, you know, maybe you don't
your
have
partner
to have...
that's attached to money, and like, how much are you...
No, I'm
getting
saying
for
if
what?
you like, if you want to have, like, do poker for a living, you could just have a job and do it, and then you don't have to be unemployed and have 3 kids.
Yes.
And then try to do it. You know, you don't have to go on such a difficult mode and stressful, overwhelming.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be such a stressful, like, intense experience to become a professional poker player as ours. You know, that's just what happened to us. That I feel lucky about. I think definitely helped us grow a lot as people, and feels like we could handle anything. And just thinking about growing older, like, telling these stories about making it happen like this is really fun.
But also, like, it's just, I don't know, I just think it takes, like, different types of smarts for this thing. And, like, also we really had to be, or at least me, I think I had to be so, like, on top of, okay, we need to have our health in line, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to eat right, we need to, now you're doing a bunch of that now, but we need to eat right, we need to, like, are you exercising? And before it was not such a habit for you as it is now.
Yeah.
Now it's like a thing that you must do. And before it was like a sometimes.
Yeah, it wasn't that one that on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you would definitely help me a lot with that as well. Keeping me on track, that I'm feeling good, that I sleep.
That you sleep, because before I was like, I think I'm like, no, this you got to sleep.
That probably fucked with my, like, times I had downswings. It was times that I wasn't sleeping enough too. So I ran bad as well, but for sure maybe I could have lost less, but I was very sleep deprived. I mean, last year, that was start of the worst run I've ever had.
And
was when you were pregnant, really
yeah.
pregnant,
Right.
and we had the baby, and it was a really hard time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I was sleeping that much. So yeah, for sure, it's so important. So having your partner that makes sure you sleep, that you're working out, that you're eating well, that you're feeling good before leaving.
I keep track of it in my
Because remember
phone.
before, like, it never happens now, but there was some times that I wanted to go play, and you even told me, like, I don't think you should play today.
Nope. Yeah, and I'm always like pushing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, go play. No, you go, because it's about, like, just be, but you gotta be good. You don't look okay, and this is about not just, like, doing time, because yes, you have to do sometimes a bunch of time. You have to put in a bunch of time to make up for the ups and downs, right? So that it evens out. But if you're not feeling okay, then we're not being effective here.
Yeah.
Right?
And so, yeah, I do remember there's a few times that you were aware that I was
nope.
really frustrated and overwhelmed in the house, and I was getting ready to go, and it's like I was already tilted before walking out the door.
Exactly. He looked tilted. I'm like, he's not gonna make.
And it'd be super frustrating because I wanted to go, and it's kind of like I worked the whole day taking care of the kids, doing it to be able to go and play.
Yeah, no,
like that's like, so it felt like fuck, like, but not to be able to, like, I'm taking care of them because they're my family, I love them, but it's like, you know, that's my work side, you know, and it's my time now to go and play and focus. So it's like I did all this and now I can't. So it was very frustrating, but I think most of the times I listened to you.
Yeah.
I think maybe
yeah.
once I didn't,
Yeah.
and I went to play, but I think I usually would listen to you even though I was really frustrated. So that's important too, because maybe sometimes, you know, I just feel like I'm just on a mission, I got to do this, so I'm just like, I got to play, I got to put my hours in, that if I'm not sleeping enough, I may be losing money going and playing.
Yeah.
So the goal is to make money. So if I'm not playing and I'm gonna like be losing money because I'll be a losing player. I mean, I think even if I'm sleep deprived, I may not be a losing player, you know?
Yeah. I think
But, you know, a breaking even player, if I'm going to be a breaking even player, small winning player, maybe it'll be better just to sleep today and be a good, like, and hit my average hourly tomorrow. Like just not be playing average, not be playing like my C game day after day after day, but sleep good today, and I could be playing my A game or my B plus game the next days. I may even make more money that way because I'm playing better, I'm feeling better, and I could just rest and recover. So I definitely think I wasn't thinking that way before, and you helped me with that. I was just thinking I got to do hours, I got to put in 140 hours a month.
Did you read the book, right? Like Why We Sleep. Because
Yeah,
you were
Why We
sometimes like,
Sleep,
no,
yeah.
I'm fine. I can do it. I'm like, okay, I know you can do it, but it's like, when you're like, it's like people that drink a little bit and they're like, it's fine, I can
Yeah.
drive, but you don't feel it. You don't feel it. Same with sleep.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, it's just read the book. Just read the book to convince you a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I always I see this as a team thing. So if I want him to be sharp, then I really have to, like how do you feel? Like just really looking at
And
him.
you've been really pushing me too, apart from that, to study and to improve my game.
Studying, yeah, because it's not
sometimes
just
I get lost in
time
like,
to play.
just play, but if you're not getting better, like you could be making more. Like the goal is to make as much money as possible,
Exactly.
not to like play a shit ton of hours. I prefer to make like 60 an hour and have to play 100 hours, then make 30 an hour and have to be playing 200 hours a month.
Exactly.
So for sure, I was just kind of focused. I gotta play, and you helped me. Like, no, like let's
put a little
like
bit more
long
time into
run,
studying.
and you
it's the long run.
you
It's
play
the long
better,
run.
and I
It's
can
the
even
long
play more online, and we have the chance to play at home if I get good, and like have that possibility too. So you helped me with that as well.
Something happens or whatever, because
That's been recent though. No, now too. I'm just really focusing on studying a lot as well.
Yeah.
I did the boot camp, but then I think I did that, and then I kind of went back to playing.
Pushing for like
But you,
little,
you definitely pushed me a lot to study.
The different courses and the tails and the
So definitely, as a partner, I think it's just understanding poker and what it is, and maybe playing yourself too, because you played poker. You know what it is. Yeah, so that's how you've learned how to play.
Yeah,
so you know about poker. You have an idea of how it could be. So definitely, if you are with someone, you play as well, so you could have more understanding and I guess
understanding
easier
that
to.
it's not outcome related. Sometimes it's just the odds that it's just same money as putting in like $200. What? Like $600? That's how much the pot was, and then we could buy this and this and that.
Yeah,
like,
not putting like.
That's not.
Oh, you lost your rent yesterday.
Yeah, you lost your rent.
Can you imagine getting home just being like, if you wouldn't have gone to
God.
play yesterday, we'd have money to pay the rent.
You
That'd be
believe that?
so, like for sure. For sure. And like maybe it's hard too though when you're the partner, if you're not into poker, you don't know if he's playing good or bad.
Yeah.
And you never know your partner if they're being honest as well. Because I mean, honestly, most players are losing players.
And a lot of people think they're good players.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing about so many times I've seen people that started, they run good and they think they're amazing, they think they're so. You got to keep stats. So if you're with someone, even though you don't know about it, you could just ask them, and you have to hope they're being honest, but to keep track of the wins and losses, to make sure they are winning and they're not just bullshitting themselves or just going through a good run. Because I think anybody could be a winning poker player unless they have some, serious mental issues. But most people aren't, because you need a lot of work, you need a lot of
it's work.
It's a lot of work
and
that most people
on
don't
your
do.
Thought patterns and you're doing the right decisions because of the right thought patterns.
Yeah.
And not just because you wanted to see the hand or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. Like I do like poker. I'm definitely not as passionate as he is, but I've also forced myself a little bit to learn about poker, just enough to be able to ask him questions. Like always when he comes home and he's always thinking about a hand, thinking about something, and I try not to think at all like outcome related, but like, okay, but what made you decide that? Why did you choose that? Why did you not choose the other way? Why? Just like keep asking him why, just for him to really get out his thought process.
It's fun that I could share stuff with you, yeah, for sure.
And poker is not like, I like it, but it's not, my mind is built for like relationship and health and other stuff. So I really have to make an effort to like really, oh, baby's crying.
You got a crying baby.
You got a crying baby.
Well, you're almost done.
But that's the thing, like me really, again, what's the purpose? What's the goal? Is for us to make as much as possible. So I really have to look into how do you feel? What is your thought patterns? Like, how did you feel that you played yesterday instead of how did you do it yesterday?
Yeah.
Money wise, like how do you feel you did? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, so that's so helpful that you understand that too, and like there. And how about pros? We're talking about the hustle. Like,
The
really
hustle.
nice that, like, we're having the kids and everything, that I could leave whenever.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's so amazing that
I'm just there, and you text me, oh, I need help with the kids, I'll just come. Or,
That I
hey,
know that
how
you
about
can
we
come
go,
back.
like, let's just go tomorrow somewhere. Like, we don't have to. We can just leave or go wherever we want, anytime we want.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if tomorrow we want to do something, I could just play late or come late, play earlier. Or, like, it's just a freedom.
But also, it's freedom, but with freedom, you really have to be strict. Because
Yeah.
with freedom, you have to be like, this is your job. Like, sometimes we're like, oh, yeah, you're going to leave at 3, and then, like, every day you leave at, like, 4 or something, right? And it's like, hey, we got to be more strict because this is what we said what we're going to do, and it's been kind of working, but we need to put, like, this is our job, so we have to be our own boss.
Yeah, what time is it? It's
4:25. And we said he was gonna leave at 4:30. Right?
Well, I got it.
Yeah, we got it. I think we will make it
But
happen.
usually I should be leaving at 3 today, and it is 4.
Yes.
But I mean, but like, I'm open to, like, it's a mutual thing. We're a team. So if I'm maybe thinking, you're not feeling your best today, let's just go out a little bit. I'll leave an hour later, but let me go out. But you know what I mean. We're a team. Like as you help me, and like it's a mutual thing. So I think a lot of times maybe leave a little earlier, later. Sometimes it's to help out a little bit, for sure. Because at the end of the day, it's a team. If they don't, like, you've got to be working together. So pros for sure is that just having that freedom.
It's really, really amazing. In that sense, like, can you be like, I don't feel okay, but you have to guess that I don't feel that great.
And it's so nice too, like, for me, that I could, like, I think I'm a way better, like, if I was taking care of the kids and I had a bartending job, it'd be so harder for me to be happy, and, like, because I love everything I do. I love being with you guys, and even though it gets me tired, then I love playing poker. So it's like, for me, it's like I'm not working. You know what I mean? But it would be so much harder if, like, I'm with the kids that I enjoy doing, but I'm tired and I have to go fucking work for 8 hours, and I don't like. So for sure, the beauty of poker, I think it's so much easier to be a good dad, a good husband, because it's like what people would go do for fun. It's like, oh, see you guys, I'm going to go play poker, so it makes it so much easier for me to be in a good mood and happy. Even though a lot of times when I'm running bad and have bad beats and I'm losing money, it's a little hard to deal with. I got way more used to it. So, yeah. And honestly, that losing money, it doesn't bother me anymore. What bothers me is when the bankroll goes low and I start getting stressed that we're going to have financial issues. Yeah. If we had a big enough bankroll, like, I wouldn't give a fuck about losing a buy-in, 2 buy-ins anymore. Like, I don't think money-wise it affects me anymore. It just affects me when I see that we're starting going into the high risk zone, and we're still the in between. We're okay where where we've been this whole most of the time that we thought was okay, but it's not okay because we can lose this if I have another 6-month fucking downswing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, I mean, it's worked out for us.
But that's why, like, it's amazing. It's really truly amazing. And we have put a lot of work into it, but because from the beginning we committed to, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be really hard, but that's the lifestyle that we want. So fuck it. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's do it. And this is all the work that we're gonna put into, also with our thoughts and how, like, strong we gotta be and, like, how we gotta build ourselves. I like how that sounds. Fuck it, let's do it. But it's a hustle. You know, but it's still, we're still not in the good zone.
We're not like we did it.
We're still not. I did it, but it's like you kind of
still in the grind.
You tasted like, ooh, I'm liking it. So it's going good. It's going good, and it takes work, and it takes a lot of teamwork on both sides. Because he needs to know that he can come home and I'm going to give him a lot of hugs and kisses if he has a hard session, because just to be ready to, like, okay, I'm ready for fighting again tomorrow. Right? So takes a lot, but I think it's worth it, at least for me, for us. Yep. And I think for what I saw in him, I was like, he really likes this. He really likes this, because if you didn't like it as much, I don't think that you would put up with everything that it was. Yeah, no, you gotta really like the game. Yeah. All right. Well, we're at 32 minutes. That looks pretty good. I think we talked. We did a lot. No, thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and
give a shout out to my wife. She does.
You know what I do?
Yeah, I mean, we do family therapy. You help couples have good relationships, be assertive. So
that's my thing.
If you have a partner that plays poker and it's hard for you to deal with, contact her. I'll leave the link in the description of your Instagram. You can check out her stuff or anything, anybody. Like if you're in a relationship and you want to improve stuff, that's what she does. So I'll leave the link in the description for my wife's Instagram if you want to improve your relationships.
Thank you.
And that is it. I gotta go play. I'm already late. It's 4:30. Thank you all for watching. As usual, if you can like, subscribe, and comment, leave a comment of anything you want to talk about next time. Next time I do a talking video, I'll probably be, I think next 3 videos we'll be playing, I think 1 every 4 I do talking. Depends. It depends if there's anything I want to talk about. But usually 1 every 4. And that is it. I'm gonna go play. She's gonna take care of the kids.
Yes, it's my turn.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you all next week.
See you.